Business Network and its owners and associates take no responsibility for the opinions or statements made by the talk show host or their guests. Statements or show topics are not necessarily the beliefs of this site or radio station, and opinions between talk show hosts may conflict. Thank you for joining us.
It's the business of life, the business of love, the business of health, the business of wealth. It's the business of principle, the business of media, the business of conscious, the business of business, the business of life, the business of love, the business of the business of wealth. It's the business of principle, the business of media, the business of conscious, the business of business, the business of life, the business of love, the business of health, the business of wealth. It's the business of Uhuru.
Are you on?
Uhuru, Shem Hotep. Welcome, family, to the Third Eye, getting out of the Matrix. Today, we're going to have a fantastic, exciting show because we're going to be talking about the Mau Mau, the Force and Freedom Army. That's what they call themselves. They call themselves the Force and Freedom Army because they was fighting for the forest and land that the white man had stole from them. And the white man gave them the name of the Mau Mau. So I will be saying the Mau Mau and the Forest Freedom Fighters, you know, out through the show. But that's what they call themselves, the Forest and Freedom Fighters. Like I said, because the white man that took the land from them. Today, I have two guests with me. I got the young warrior. Who you present yourself, brother?
Money Now Google family. My name is Jomo.
That's what his name is, right? And then we have this beautiful queen here. What's your name, sister?
Peace and power, family. This is Naima.
Sister Naima. Yes, Sister Naima. All right, so we got the presence of the male energy and the presence of the female energy. And I wanted both of those energy, and we got the elder, we got the female energy, and we got the young energy. See, we got all energies covered here, see? And I wanted that to happen because we need all this energy today because I think this is a fantastic story that our people went through as an uprising for the land. And one of the brothers down there that had a lot to do with it was what's his name, sister?
Jomo Kenyatta.
Jomo Kenyatta.
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about him, please?
Well, Jomo Kenyatta, he was first an excellent speaker, a writer, but he's most known for being the first president of Kenya.
Okay.
He dedicated most of his life to ensuring that his people got their land and were free from British rule. Because at that time, from like the 1920s to the late 1950s, the British ruled that area of Kenya.
Okay.
So, you know, they took the land from the people. The people didn't have any rights to the land. They made them wear, you know, identification tags. Some people said it felt like they were wearing dog tags.
Wow.
They did a lot. So a lot of the things that he did were to get them free. And, you know, he had to do it not just on his own, with a lot of help from a lot of other people.
Exactly. A revolution is never done alone.
Right.
Correctly. That's right. Okay. All right, my brother. What do you think about Jomo Kenyatta?
I think what he did for the people was great, that he actually helped the Mau Mau in their fight against the British rulers. But it was just crazy how when you fight for your freedom and you fighting for justice, that you're looked at as being extreme or violent, or they said that they was fighting off of emotion and not without any real reason. And it's just crazy that when people trying to fight for what's right, that they looked at as savages.
Right.
Like it's nothing savage about protecting what's rightfully yours. So when someone else come in your home and try to take what you got, the first thing you're going to do is take it back and fight.
You had the right to defend yourself.
Yes,
That's right.
So what he did was good that he helped that out rather than stopping it.
Okay. What do you think about his tactics? I mean, did you find anything out about that? I mean, the way he handled himself throughout out, he for first of all, he got locked up. Remember that?
Yeah.
Right.
And when he got locked up, and he came out of a prison, they he gave a speech to the white folks
Yes.
and went down to the white lands, right? The highlands, they call it, the highlands, right? And do you remember the speech? Remember what he told them?
Yes, I remember I actually watched a documentary about that.
Okay, cool.
And one of his advisors had said, before the speech, they said, now that we have the power, you should just tell them to get out.
Just get out, right?
Get out,
that's right. So and that's what he asked them. He said, what should we say? We want them out now.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what did he do?
But then he said, okay. And then he got up there and he basically said, okay. He looked at, the people who were there, the settlers, and he said, I know you're a little bit worried about what's about to happen, but I can assure you, basically that you can stay. I'm not going to kick you out.
Right.
As long as you don't do too much. You act like ordinary citizens, we'll be fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So that was completely different than I think what people thought he was gonna say.
Yeah. See, when I was reading, he said that he had thought about it. See, now this is a leader. See, a leader had to take decisions, and the decisions must be correct ones, or sometimes, sometimes they make the wrong decisions. So in this case, he thought about what they said, and he really did want freedom now, also. But now he knew politically he wouldn't have got it like that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So being a leader, he had to go down there and be a leader.
Yeah.
He went against everything that the little organization group that they went there in the car. They said, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this.
Yeah.
Everybody in that car, he went against that. You see what I'm saying? But later on in years, they even said that themselves, they was young and foolish, and they wanted something now. So a mind of a leader had to make a decision like that. And his decision during that time was correct.
Yes.
Because he got to become what? President. Right. You see what I'm saying? So even like Nelson Mandela, when he got out, a lot of things that people thought he was going to do, he did the same thing almost. He forgave a lot of people. But Jomo Kenyatta, he told the white folks, he said, I know you think I'm mad at you because I just got out of prison. It's almost like a gangster talk, right? He said, I know you just got mad. I think you think I'm mad at you because, I just got out of prison, meaning that y'all imprisoned me wrong and I ain't had no right to be there in the first place. Right. That I should be mad, right? And angry. He said, but you know what? Nah. He said, we're going to let what's behind us be behind us, right? That's strategy. He went down into I'm not going to say something wrong. I was going to say he went down into but it was his home that he went down to. They called it the White Highlands. Remember that? That's where the white folks had settled that in the 1920s. You see what I'm saying? So when he went down there in their land and told them, I crackers. Now, I say crackers because I always have to explain myself. I'm going to say today, my philosophy is going to be a little different than it usually be because sometimes you have to change. Like Malcolm say, if you're talking to the Germans, you must talk. What?
Yeah. Like them.
If you're talking to a Spanish person and they talking Spanish, what you got to talk?
Spanish.
Right. If you're talking to a German, you got to talk what?
German.
Right. So we got to talk white folk talk today. You see what I'm saying? In other words, when I say that, I mean that when I say cracker, that's that cracker that made my people suffer under the whip, under the gun. That's a cracker. Now, if y'all out there, it's not a cracker, I ain't talking to you. But if you're a cracker, yes, definitely I'm talking to you. Okay. And I also will use the terminology of devil.
Okay.
Because this is what my people use in Kenya. They called him the devil. There was no other terminology for him at that time, but the devil. You see what I'm saying? So I would be using the devil as a definition of the white man because that's what they use in Kenya during that time. You see what I'm saying? Now, why do you think that they will call these people the devil? That's the question.
For me.
Yes.
Oh.
Anybody want to take it? It's a free step. Go ahead. Do what you got to do.
Why did the people call the settlers and everything devils?
Yes, yes.
Because they came in and took over what was theirs. I think they even said, I think they even made the people feel like, oh, you're working for the land that you're living on, and they actually had no rights to it. The British at one point decided, oh, maybe we'll, unite with some other countries and put some of this power together. They just kept doing things and basically pushing them out to a small section of land. And of course, they had the nice land where they were, just pushed them out, messing up the way they live, making it so they couldn't move about in the place that they know as home. So anybody that messes up your way of living in that way is the enemy, is the devil in that sense. So
Exactly.
Right. Okay, young warrior, what do you think?
Basically, I would say, what would we call a person who would steal, rape, murder,
Right.
innocent people? We would call that person the devil. Think about anything that we already think about the devil. Oh, he's evil. Taking somebody's land and forcing religion on them and pushing them out something that was rightfully theirs, then that means that you acting out as the devil. Like, that's something evil.
That's a devilish act.
Exactly. Yes,
That's
that's
right.
devilish act.
Exactly.
So I feel like that's why they call them devil.
Exactly. It's I mean, when I was doing this research, several times for real, I say I'm getting a little older, I'm getting a little sensitive because I used to get mad. I mean, I used to go get through a whole thing, but now that I really realize what I guess as you get older, you have more of a feeling of a connection to what you are reading, the connection to your ancestors, to even can capture the pain at that time. You know how you can look in a person's eye and that person not doing good, like for instance in the street, a person walking down the street, and you look at that person is really doing bad, and this person doing bad, and he hold his head down, she holding her head down, and you look at them eyes,
you can feel it.
You can feel it. You see what I'm saying? You can see that sickness. So as I was reading the material of what these devils was doing to my people, was doing to them, I felt that pain. You see, I felt the pain of my people because through reading those words, and words are what? They can come to life in your head. You can make a story out of it. You see what I'm saying? So when I read about how they call themselves, and through the readings, words, right? They call themselves settlers. And I was reading settlers. I said, like, why are they using this word as a settler?
Yeah,
Wordplay.
You see what I'm saying? These are not settlers. And you know what? I wouldn't even call them a squatter. You see, a squatter is a person who goes on one land in America, and then when he go on that land, he after a period of time he might have rights. That was up in the olden days. But what the Europeans did was when they went down to Africa in 1920, they seen a beautiful part of this green land that's everywhere, and they said to themselves once again, "Wow, look what I found!" Right? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I done found all this land over here. Ain't nobody over here. Everybody over there. So I think we can just settle right here, John. All right, and Betty, come on, come on, children, let's settle. And which they did settle. And what happened? Nothing happened to them. Nobody came down and said, "Hey, look, you on my land," or nothing like that. You know why? Because in the motherland, we didn't own no land. So they say, "Well, okay, check. Yeah, I see some people down there. Okay, well, they cool down there. If they need that land, go ahead and let them have it." But then Johnny, Becky,
we want that land.
Yeah.
Johnny, Becky, and Susie, and then John came down, Bob came down, and they called more people to come down. And then after a while, they look over there and say, "Damn, it's a lot of people over there. Wait a minute. Yeah, I think this is getting out of control. So let's go down there and let's try to reason with these people, right?" All right. As as always, being the spiritual people we are, we went down there and tried to rationalize with the devil, with somebody that do not think nothing like we think in the degree as I'm talking about. We're talking about the British. They was not thinking. They call these people savages.
Mm-hmm.
See, one who calls one savage think they had the upper hand on the other person. True.
True.
One who calls one savage think that they have what superior to the other person.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, you have the right to be in my presence or not. It is an honor for you to be in my presence. You see, that's the thought, the mentality.
Mm-hmm.
You see, Nixon wrote that in his book. You see, it was an honor for them to be in my presence, huh? Just to be in the room with me. See, that's arrogance.
Yes.
So here we got these land thieves. Land thieves. That's what they were. We had these land thieves on our people's land. We could go down and try to negotiate once again with these devils, and they say, "Wait, look, wait, no. Listen. Y'all want to come work for us? Well, I tell you what, we'll let you have the land around here. No, wait a minute. How can you let me have some land that's my land?
Right.
So, still again, being chilled, we say, okay, we're gonna let you have this part, and plus we'll move on the land with y'all too, right? And then, guess what these devils said? They said that they taught them how to grow crops, how to fertile the land better than anybody ever could have done, because they were savages and could not know such of a thing. Huh?
Mm.
Is that what do you call it? Dissonance, brother? Yeah. Say it again, minister.
Cognitive dissonance.
Isn't that what it is?
Yes. We've been doing this for all this time.
And see, one thing that I did find out that the tactics is always the same.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing changes. The game don't need to change because it worked.
Yeah.
See, we're the only ones that had to change the game. Malcolm, like I said earlier, say when you are talking the language of them, they understand it. When the young brothers and sisters in Baltimore, Maryland had the uprising, they called them thugs.
Mm-hmm.
They called them thieves, thugs, and everything else, because maybe some people did do certain things, but no, that was not the cause, and that was not the reason why they did it in the first place. You must say what triggered it to happen.
Mm-hmm.
You see, the outcome of that is something different. You see, if you smack me and I cut your neck off, you started it.
Everything cause and effect.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Come on. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what our people did, as we go up to, we try to still negotiate all through these years, and then we couldn't negotiate no more, right? So then they're going to send troops in. And then we look, oh man, this stuff is getting heavy. Then he started having, check this out, name play again. They say they started having detention camps.
Yes.
Now, a detention camp. What is it? I mean, if you want to explain what a detention, like you're in school, what is detention?
Detention is when I guess you do something you're not supposed to do, so they
Please update your credit card or billing information in order to avoid service interruption.
You are the first participant on the call. Please hold while we wait for the others to join.
Yeah. Now you always got to remember you got to update that card now.
Right.
Yeah, all right. That's right. That's very important. So help me out.
So if you did something wrong in class, your teacher would send you to detention. So it would be a time after school where you would have to sit there with somebody just monitoring you, and you couldn't really move or go anywhere or do anything. It was supposed to be some type of punishment.
You did something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You see, so they put them in detention. No, we're not going to call them detention centers. And I check that out. They concentration camps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. If the Jews can have a concentration camp, that's what we're going to have. That's what we're going to call it. Because in those camps, the the things that they did to our people was ridiculously crazy. Did you hear of any of the torture?
Yeah, a lot of torture.
Right.
So many deaths.
So many deaths. Right.
So many deaths.
Right.
Cutting off the head.
Yeah. They did everything. This one lady she said, her baby was sick and she had a baby on her back. And she said, she told the soldier, she said, I can't work today because my baby is sick. And the soldier replied to her, he said, don't worry about the baby. He said, don't worry about the baby. He said, we got plenty shovels and picks to dig a hole. You feel me? Dang. And her baby did die. You see, one woman said she was screaming as they came and got her. And then her child started to scream. Her child tried to go between the legs of the soldiers to get to her. And she looked back at her child being just trumped over top. Her child died. You see. And now they say, wonder why you mad? Wonder why you upset? You see. You know. So one woman said, I mean, I got to tell you what they did to us to understand what we did, why we had to do. Why the Force and Freedom Army did what they had to do. I must tell you what they did to us for you can understand. They took one brother. They put him in a cell and they put his feet up against the wall, right? And they put his hands down on the ground. So now his feet up against the wall, hands on the ground, feet chained to the wall. They put hot coal in front of his face so that it could heat his face up as they tortured him to ask him questions. You see, are you Mau Mau? Do you know anything about Mau Mau? This was the thing that was going on. While he was doing this, they took a stick and beat his testicles. Beat his testicles and beat him and beat him and beat him and beat him until he could no longer have children, of course, right?
Right.
This brother, as they said, he came home to his woman. His woman, she said, you know what? I'm going to stay with you. Because a lot of women couldn't take that, and a lot of women did, she said, leave their husbands. Because they did a lot of men like that. They castrated them. And, you know, like everything else, you know, things go on. But this sister said, you know what? I couldn't leave him. She loved him. She stayed with him, and he said it was horrible. He said, they should have killed me. They should have killed me, he said. He said, because now I am nothing. I am nothing, he said. They should have killed me. But he went home to his sister, and his sister said that she would stay with him. But then, as the years went on, the brother wanted children himself, and they talked about it. And they agreed that she would get a mate to have a child. She made it 3 children by 3 other men during the courses of years, not back to back, not like that. It was just for to do the job he had to do. It wasn't sexual or nothing like that. It was for what the purpose was. You see what I'm saying? And I thought that was really beautiful because of the simple fact, even that, you know, to do something like that. But they never told, and she said, I never told my children that that man right there was not the father. She said, I could not do that. If I had done that, the children themselves would not respect the man. They know nothing of him not being the father. See, that's courage. That's making it through a situation. That's making through something that went wrong, making it through it and seeing something where we can get through it, honey, and we can make something positive out here. They still raised a family, you know? They took one brother. They took his head and they put it in a bucket of water. What that thing they call in the United States when they was with the bucket of water? What they call it? Well, anyway, they put his head in a bucket of water, and then two crackers, devils, held his legs apart, put sand in his anus, and put water behind it. And you ask me why they called him a devil? And they don't have the right to? One of the brothers said, he couldn't think of such of a torture. Could you ever think of something like that? Huh? Never in your if your mind thinking you can do torture, like something is wrong with you. I have never even thought of any torture. I haven't heard of Chinese torture and all. But these crackers got new torture that they are what they are. And I thought about when I was reading that, pumping the man anus with sand, and they pumped it with sticks. They used any material they could use in men anuses. Not only the sand, they used sticks, they used bottles. They took women and they say they're nice. They say, okay, this is what we did. To the young women, we took soda bottles and rammed it up in them. One woman said she was pregnant. Of course, the baby dropped out, dead. One woman said she was pregnant. They hit him with the bottle. It's not a Coke bottle. I don't know what it was. It's a soda bottle rammed up in the sister, and the baby died from that. But they say to the old women, because they was old, they used beer bottles. Huh? The mentality of these people, British, they was the British. That's who they were. The mentality of these people. And they think it's right that they should have the land. They thought it was right for them to have the land. That's why they fought my people for that land. That's why they killed my people for that land. That's why they mutilated my people for that land that they thought it was theirs in the first place.
And they called us savages.
Right.
We fighting back against that.
Right. And I got to tell another story. They made one brother that, not one brother, thousand, let me tell you, made our brothers drink a bucket of water until water came out of his nose, mouth, and ears. Huh? Savages, barbarians, devils. That's what they did to the people in Kenya. The Kakula tribe. How can these, what's the word for them? How can these people call themselves anything else but what they are? Because see, check. When a person come in your house, okay, say for instance, here I am. I'm coming in your house for the very first time. And I'm telling you, Sister Naima, I'm going to introduce to you the Bible, right? And this is the Bible, and it's all about Jesus Christ and Lord Savior. And this will take you to higher places. If you studied it, you will go to heaven, right? Now I give you the Bible, and then all of a sudden, I'm cutting your damn head off. So what do you think the Bible will pertain to for yourself if that's what they are teaching and preaching and doing? You see, such came the devil. Because in the Bible, the devil say that's what they are. In the Bible, they look at the devil in the Bible and say these people can be nothing else but the devil. Nat Turner say they call them serpents. The Indians say they spoke with forked tongue. Everywhere that they went, they did the same thing. They made the Kenyan people even put in a railroad tracks for the train to even get more white people in there. Huh? You see? So such came who? Mau Mau,
Mhm.
as they call them.
Mhm.
You deranged people. They call them the Mau Mau because they call them the Mau Mau because they say they was deranged. They was out of the mind. Now check the language. Check the language. We talking about way back then. We talking about 1920, right?
Right.
Up to 1952 when it was the Mau Mau,
Mhm.
right? When they started it, right? 1952.
Yeah.
They call them thugs, gangsters,
Extremists.
Mhm.
huh?
Terrorists.
Terrorists, extremists. Same language, right?
Mhm.
What they call our young generation today?
Thugs.
A young blood. They call you a thug, right? They look at time they look at you, you're a thug. Look at that thing on the look at his head and what he got on. Look at him. For real, this is real. And until we kind of understand this is what we are dealing with, the police killings and everything. How can they say we're gonna take polices and we're gonna put them through new training? How can you train a cracker that hates someone to love someone and how to act at that time? How can you train a man that do not live in the city and know the people to act accordingly? He come to the city for a job, then he go back in the county. He don't know your reaction. He don't know that we talk like this.
They don't even from Baltimore.
You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
We express ourselves. Now, if we do this, they're gonna shoot you. If you do this, they're gonna shoot you. If you lay down, they're gonna shoot you.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what? It's the same mentality. Nothing changed.
Mhm.
The same name calling. You're thug, the gangsters. And I was like, they call them Mau Mau gangsters. But what's the brother name? Young warrior.
Which one? Jomo Kenyatta or Dedan Kimathi?
Dedan Kimathi.
Dedan Kimathi.
Dedan Kimathi. My brother, my warrior.
A hero.
That's right. That brother came on the scene. Say God?
Guy.
Okay. Now, this brother, I'm gonna use you for a minute.
Okay.
Let's stay right there. This brother came on the scene, and as a young age, he always had a warrior spirit. In certain organizations, he was kicked out because of his warrior spirit. You know, some people that have a warrior spirit like that sometimes is outspoken about things. You see what I'm saying? So he found his place within the Force and Freedom Army, the Force and Freedom Army, which they call the Mau Mau. This brother said that he had the mystery and the mystics in himself of a high priest. He had the mysteries within himself of the God. And who was the God, baby?
Okay.
Sankofa, I just call him baby. Don't worry about it, brother.
God created the sky and the earth and made animals, plants, and stones, and also mountains.
This was God. Ngai. This brother say he had the spirit of that. You see, creation. To create the Force and Freedom Fighters. Now, to become a Force and Freedom Fighter, they had to use really strategy and army tactics, guerrilla tactics. These brothers, they ran into the forest. The brothers and sisters ran into the forest. No food, no nothing, no weapons. They had maybe some knives and stuff like that. What you call them, machetes?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Some
of that, but they soon ran out of food because you're running deep up in the hills. There's no food up there. You see what I'm saying? So they had to suffer for food. They suffered for a long period of time without going for food. And as they was up in the hills and the mountains, when you in the war mind, when you're in the stage of killing, when you're in the stage of revolution, you cannot make yourself pretty. Such came locks. The Mau Mau, the Force and Freedom Fighters, most of them had locks. Ain't got time to comb them hair because I'm getting rid of this devil today. So some of the tactics they used to use, they used to go into the villages at night. Like I say, they didn't have food. So they used to ask the villagers for food to help them. Of course, some of them did help them, some of them didn't. So Dedan Kimathi, being a strategist, knew one thing he had to do. You sometimes have to make a person do a thing. Revolution ain't easy, baby. No. You gotta make somebody do something sometime. And this is what all he was thinking about was getting his land back. So he had to come up all kind of ways to do it. One brother said he was walking with his brother. They say he was going to get some beer. So while he walked down, deep down in the forest, at one of the houses in the land, but they had set this house up as a meeting house that night. So when the brother said he got in there, he looked around for the beer. No beer. He looked around and said, man, what's going on? He said, all right, you see. After a while, he found out it was a ceremony going on. A ceremony of oath.
Oh, yes.
The oath was one way out. It was a one-way ticket, baby. You talking about the draft was hard.
You had to take that oath.
You think the draft was hard, but see, we dealing about revolution. We dealing about what our people had seen them do to us. We had to take that type. See, look, John, come on. No, I'm not gonna say John. Look, Kimathi, come fight with me. No, my brother, I can't fight with you. It's other ways to do it. No, we ain't got time for that. So we gotta force you into fighting. So, all right, they take him down there. The brother see an oath is going on. So he say, they say you can even take the oath, or you can die. Now those, what kind of choice is that?
Serious.
Those some serious choices, right?
Yes.
Now, of course, you know, you might think that's extreme, but what I just told you about that story will happen to our people. They seen this going on. By seeing this going on, it triggers something in a person, a human being mind. Malcolm X say one cannot think about revolution until you become mad. Huh? When one becomes mad, one can become revolution. One do not think it out. If the young men in Baltimore City that day would have thought it out, it would not have been an uprising. I would have told them, nah, wait a minute, brother. Look, wait a minute. It's always, look, son, look, son. They're going to shoot you out there. Don't go down there doing that. I would have told them that. Because I don't want to see my children get hurt. It didn't happen that way. A revolution would not be done until one becomes mad. You have to become mad at a thing. Mad enough to take and act on reactions. Sure, while you're doing the reaction, somebody's going to do something wrong. Of course, that's what happens. Some people are going to take advantage of what was happening. But I'm not going to deal with that. I'm not going to deal with the children that was in the street for the reason, for the cause. Like the mama, they was not thugs. I'm dealing with that. I'm dealing with the taxes that the mama had to do. You must understand. There was no way out.
They say if you ain't ready to die for it, then take freedom out of your vocabulary.
Right on. Here you go, brother. Check this out. See that bottom down there, all the way down the bottom? All right, now the brother gonna read one of the oaths. This is just one of the oaths, okay? They had 7 oaths. They put 7 scars on you to make you a mama. 7 being a spiritual number that they knew about, you see. Huh? That's how they would find, well, when they look for a mama, they also look for the scars, okay? Check. This is one of the oaths.
It says, if I ever reveal the secrets of this organization, may this oath kill me.
If I ever, what?
It said, if I ever reveal the secrets of this organization, may this oath kill me.
Hey, take it as it is. My sister, Harriet Tubman, huh?
Had that same spirit.
That's right. She said, "Oh, brother, sister, you want to go back? No problem. We ain't got no problem with you going back. The problem is that what size box do you want to be put in? Huh? Same strategy. Come on.
Yep.
We must have that type of mentality. If one is Nelson Mandela wife, Winnie Mandela. Sweet baby, I love you. What did that sister do? When Nelson was inside, she held the fort down. That's what she did. Mm-hmm. She held the revolution going on. That's what she did. They tried, when Nelson got out, they knew Nelson was at a time and age. At this time and age, he had became I'm not going to say soft, more rational towards things, let's say. You see, but they knew one thing about Winnie. She was not rational at all. Mm-hmm. She had the spirit of a warrior queen. With her being there with this brother too long, Nelson just might get some ideas, So they come to Nelson and tells Nelson, you know, really, it's not going to really look good. Right. When we bring Winnie up on charges, because we're going to bring up on charges of murder. See, murder. How can you have murder in war? How come Bush ain't locked up? How come every president in war ain't locked up? If you get locked up because of a death in war, a death in a revolution, how can you get locked up for that? What happened, they said, was that this brother was an informer. By him being an informer, they found out he was. They questioned him. And after a while, he said, I confess. I am. Now, what is the punishment for a traitor? Death. Come on. Don't be scared to say it's death. Yeah. They said it's death. In South Africa during that time, they had a thing they called the burning ring. The burning ring consists of a tire that they put gasoline inside of the tire, and they put the tire around your neck. They would ignite the tire, and your ass would burn. Righteously burn. Because if you are in the structure of your people and you going against your people in their structure and they're trying to fight for freedom,
you can't be trusted.
Right. Come on, you got to go. This is war. Mm-hmm. Now, I ain't talking about everyday activity. We'll come to that later. We today cannot fight a war like that. We fight a war with just beautiful young sisters and sisters like her with the beautiful mind. They can think. We kill them with that. With the brother being a warrior, with a mind can get think for himself. We got to kill him with that. One brother just went to Harvard. You see what I'm saying? We got to kill him like that. But when we make a reaction towards a reaction and we come out being like they are being, they call us something different and they are worse than we are. They always scared we need our land back. What the hell are you talking about? Your land back, something you didn't have in the first place. Why are you so scared of me? Because you took something from me. If you take something from a person, yeah, you always look for that person to come back and do it even stronger, come take it from me. That's why the government of the European race is scared that we're always going to do something. In Kenya during that time, when they heard about the Force and Freedom Fighters, they told every white person to get a what? What they told them? Get a gun.
Get a gun.
Say, get a gun. Every woman went to practice. Mm-hmm. Every little baby that could shoot a gun practice. They showed them a black face and say, if you see one, shoot. Mm-hmm. Then they say, ask who he is. They said, shoot him. Little babies walking around, I'm telling you, they were so little, they had that little gun in the back, like it was a toy. The Force and Freedom Fighters hit a wave across Africa. The wave across Africa was to let other people know you don't have to take this once again. Mm-hmm. Not only in Kenya, all through Africa. This wave, they didn't want it to happen, but it did. Dedan Kimathi, my brother, my warrior soldier. I was looking Years, long.
Not too
Real
long.
story though, true story. And it was a show called Africa that was on, and it was showing um different scenes all down through Africa. During that time, I was just learning, trying to find out everything I could. A young scholar. And so they came up during the Mau, and what happened? They showed this brother um they had snatched up, and I didn't know who this brother was, but I seen this brother lying down. This brother was lying down. Okay, this brother was laying down so peacefully. I was like, how can a man that's get ready to die look like that? What do you think he was thinking, sister? I mean, the man was just laying there peacefully, like that.
This call is being recorded.
Look like he's looking up tomorrow. What would you think?
Hmm.
What do you think he's saying to himself?
Maybe he said to himself, "You know what? I died fighting for my people, or I'm going fighting for my."
Hello?
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 Hello? Oh, go ahead, listener. I'm sorry. Oh, go ahead. You can talk.
Who is this?
Excuse me. Go ahead.
Okay.
Okay. You have something to say?
No.
No. Okay. Okay. All right. Whoops. Okay. What do you say?
He might have thought, okay, well, if I'm gonna go, I went out fighting hard. I fought for my people. I did what I could, and I think I have things on the right path, because after he passed, shortly after that, things ended up swinging more in their direction. He was one of the greatest leaders that they had. So maybe he was in that state thinking, I did what I could, and I have some people following me that are about to, finish it off.
Exactly. Young warrior.
I think he knew what every other great African know, that we never die, and that his energy is going to live on in through people to let them keep fighting in his legacy. Right. So he probably already knew, yeah, my body about to go, but my energy and what I stood for are going to be still here. So regardless of what y'all already do to me, you ain't gonna stop it. Like you might can kill a revolutionary, but you ain't gonna kill the revolution.
That's right.
That's what he knew. Said.
That's right. So go ahead. Talk some more what you think. What's your feeling?
No, yeah, I agree with that, because that revolutionary spirit doesn't die. Mm-hmm. It lives through the people, as he said. It lives through the people. It lives through everybody that came after him. So, I mean, they killed thousands of people, and there were still thousands more that fought for their freedom, fought for what they were going for.
Okay. Go ahead, boy. Go ahead. What's on your mind? Talk about what you think about all of this that we're talking about. Go ahead. Give us a.
I think that us now today, we need to look more into organizations like the Mau and things like that, so we can get that fighting and that warrior spirit back. Because I feel like that we are now today more rational against certain things, and we'd rather hold a sign up rather than to put our foot down and say, no, this was going to happen. So I feel like what the Mau did, that can reflect on us and know that we must fight and keep fighting and not giving up so easily and stop wanting to live a comfortable enslavement. So I feel like organizations like that, that's an organization that we need to look to.
Okay, read another one of the oath over there, brother. It's several of them over there. All right.
This one says, if I ever sell or dispose of any Kakayu land to a foreigner, may this oath kill me.
Kakayu was the name of the peoples on that land during that time, the Kenyan peoples. That's what we're talking about. Go ahead, brother.
It says, if I ever fail to follow our great leader Kenyatta, may this oath kill me.
Keep on reading.
It says, if I ever inform against any member of this organization or against any member who steals from a European, may this oath kill me.
You got it coming, baby. You got it coming.
If I ever fail to pay the fees of this organization, may this oath kill me.
That's right.
It says, if I refuse to help in driving the Europeans from this county, may this oath kill me. It says, if I worship any leader but Jomo, may this oath kill me.
You see, they were serious about what they was talking about. So they gave you one option, and the option was for revolution or death. The Europeans was trying to use that psychology against them, because what happened was that they would come into the village, right? And if they found out an informer was in the village that they was talking to the European of giving up the mama, they would kill them. They would mutilate them just like they was the white man. You see, so they put fear in their own people because fear had to be put into them. Some people might say that's wrong, but check. Sometimes therapy is fear for to break you out of the spell of being, colonized. You see, and just going along to get along, that's not going to work. You see them, they killing our people every day. So if they continue to do this, we would not be here. So if I kill several of them to make 1,000 live, you see what I'm saying? What do you think about it? You think
it just reminds me of a discussion we had last week. You can't be apathetic, right? You can't sit on the fence. I mean, there's change happening, there's things happening, so you can't just say, well, I guess I'll just sit over here. Like maybe I just won't get involved. It's impossible to not get involved. Your people are dying. Exactly. You don't have land. They're taking stuff away from you. You can't afford to sit still. Right. So. True.
Go ahead, brother. You got some more to read? Like I said, it's 7 oaths. Yeah, we're going to keep reading them because I want you.
It's more right here. It says, if I fail to lead the children of Mumbi in a proper manner, may I die. If I fail to support the independent school movement, may I die. If I betrayed the leaders of Kenya Africa Union, may I die. If I fail to support the organization until the day of independence, may I die.
All right, check. Notice the main character word in these sentences. The main word is what? Let's say it together. Huh? What did he say?
May I die.
May I die. Huh?
Yeah.
Huh? Let's say it together. We say it good that time. May I die. That's right. Meaning there's no out for you. So if you have no choice to but be straight.
Silent.
That's right. Now, I'm gonna let the sisters read a couple more over here because this is important. This is the psychology that they had to strap on our people because they were so lost in a mystery of thinking things gonna get better. Like I said, and it's no better to get. Damn it. People was dying, children dying, generation after generation was dying. Go ahead, sister.
Okay, so this says, should I be ordered to burn the European crops? I will do so and not turn back. Should I be ordered to kill cattle? I shall do so and not turn back. Should it be possible for me to steal a firearm? I will do so. If I'm ordered to kill, I will, no matter who it is.
Say it again.
If I'm ordered to kill, I will, no matter who it is.
Say it a little loud, please. Say it again. Say it loud. Say it loud. Okay. Go ahead.
If I'm ordered to kill, I will, no matter who it is.
No matter who it is. See, that statement there takes me back to the spook who sat by the door. He was talking to the group of young men, and he told the young men, he said, the revolution is not a joke. He said, y'all think it's a joke? It's not a joke. He said, you might have to kill your father. If your father is not for the revolution, he is against the revolution. Therefore, he must die. That's real. Huh? How can you kill your father? How can you kill your mother? How can you kill your brother? Because your brothers get ready to kill a whole tribe. Your brother and sister, your father get ready to kill a whole nation. That's how. If they are acting European, British, Irish, Daesh. Huh? Right. I mean, that's what you got to do. Is there any more on that, sister?
Yes. There's a lot.
Go ahead.
It says, in the event of me killing anyone, I will cut their heads off, extract the eyeballs, and drink the liquid from them.
Huh?
That's serious. There.
That's serious business. See what I'm saying? No time to play. No lullaby songs. No, you cannot have candy. No, you cannot have no treats. No sugar. No. And speaking of that, it reminds me. I was reading about in the concentration camps where they had the brothers and sisters at. See, the first thing you must do is control the men in the revolution. See, if you control the men, the women can fight also, but they weren't about the men coming with their strength. Mm-hmm. So what they would feed our brothers and sisters in the concentration camps, they would feed them grind up corn that had been soaked in water and made balls of it. You know, like a ball of it, you know, like you make a ball of it, right? Mm-hmm. And they say this was all that these savages needed because this is all that they really ate anyway. Not knowing that our diet consists of beans, millet, and everything else, and greens and everything else, but they didn't care. That was not it. That was the genetic engineered food of that day. Because what they did, they made the brothers and sisters sick. Mm-hmm. Now, if a weak brother cannot fight, a weak sister cannot produce and fight. No. They died by one sister say they died in her camp, at least in her little surroundings, at least 6 bodies a day. Mm. She looked, I'm going to say house. I do not call my people houses huts, but I must say hut for you understand the length of bodies that she say that was piled up upon each other. It went over top of the huts, bodies piled upon bodies. Huh? They had a concentration camp. Now listen to this, young warrior. This is where you would have been at, young warrior. You would have been with the Coca-Cola bottle and the beer bottle, all right? I would have been with the testicles getting hit, all right? You see what I'm saying? So wow. Oh man, it's terrible. Yeah. They had a concentration camp of nothing but children. And the survival rate of that camp, guess what it was, young warrior?
What was it?
I said guess, man.
Guess.
This is a number. We just talking.
5.
5, right. That's a good number. Where was it, sis? Come on, give me a number.
Like percent? Like how many?
Give me a number. We ain't gonna win. Just say a number.
Maybe 10.
Maybe 10. Good number. See how else? That was easy. All right, 10. Now check out the human mind. Out of each of us, I haven't given a number yet because I know the number. Out of each of these 2 brothers, none of them says 0.
That's a sister. That's the brother. Yeah.
Right? You see what I'm saying? Sister Naima.
I got it.
You see? No, check. Because you could not rationalize 0. You had to say a number. I can't say a number. What's the number? Oh, Lord, I don't know what number. 10. All right, I'm going to get 10. The brother said what? 2, right? 5. Right. So I always flip that 2 right up 5. I always do that. But check. 0. Nobody survived. None. Nothing. Zip, zap. Every child in that camp died. Every day, children dying. They say they bailed the children up. You ever seen anybody that went to the country and see bale the hay before? How they do hay?
Oh, yeah.
All right. They bailed the children up the same way. 3 at a time. Put the rope around them. 3 at a time. And just threw them in ditches. Nothing. Paper, nothing. No consideration whatsoever for human life. And you want me to call him anything else but the goddamn devil? Nothing. Man, all through this time when I was reading this thing, man, I was like, wow, these savages. And then y'all have the audacity to come and call my children thugs, to call us no good for nothing, and all the trauma y'all gonna put on us, and still doing it. Not only in Kenya, every damn where you go. Everywhere they go. There's not a place upon this earth where they have not put their feet and not did something that was against the law of nature. We understood and knew the law of nature. Even this brother said that he was the God of creation. Go ahead, sister. Right now, I can't talk.
Let's do this real quick. Conscious Black Business Network. If you want to follow Baba Asar, and he comes on every week, every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. goes until 9:00 p.m. And you can follow us by clicking the follow button on whichever medium platform you're on. Also, follow us at consciousblackbusiness.com. Go ahead and subscribe to our list. Go ahead and follow us on YouTube. On Facebook at follow us on Facebook at Conscious Black Business Network Studios. You can like that page. You can also follow us at Conscious Black Business Network private and exclusive group. Go ahead and follow us there, and follow us on tunein.com. You can download the app. If you want to call in and get in on this conversation, you can also call 410-989-5557. Again, you can call 410-989-5557. So go ahead and like this video. If you're watching this live on YouTube, you can go ahead and like this video. Also share this video with your friends and family. Let them know that Baba Asar and the Conscious Black Business Network is on 7:30 p.m. every Wednesday. Baba Asar is on.
Okay, sister, help me out. I need you to help me out.
All right, what do you need my help with?
Talking about the situation. What do you think? Why do you think they act that way? I mean, what do you think? What makes them act that way? Everywhere they go, like I just said, everywhere they go, they do the same thing.
I think it must be fear. I don't know any other, because I think when people are afraid of something that they think, I think they might look at us and say, I'm not so sure. I got to take him out. I need to make sure I'm number one. Or a fear of not even knowing. I think their response to that fear is like, okay, I'm going to fight. I'm going to kill. I'm going to do whatever I can to protect and to survive. So I think it must come out of fear. I don't know what else.
Could trigger something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But why you think they're so afraid of us? Today it's still the same. They feel. Like go back to the old saying: you get on an elevator with a white woman or a white person on together. She clutch, her pocketbook like this, or you know what I'm saying. They look at. It's still going on today.
In this time and age, that probably stems a lot from the media and the way that we're portrayed, or the way people are portrayed.
So that thugs.
Yeah. So that, images, the visual always stays with people. So that holding of the purse. That's like
say that one more time. The what?
The imagery, the visuals.
That's
really
right. Very important. That's very important. See, imagery. That's right. So once they can paint a picture of the type of person that they want of you, they will call you a terrorist, right? You see what I'm saying? They will call you it's called assassination by image. If I want to kill someone, I will come out and I will say, well, he treated his family really bad. I seen him beat and hit his wife. That is just wrong. I seen him kick his little child. And Lord have mercy, the little dog, he kicked the dog. That's just not right. That is not right. So when they kill him, Everybody say, that's right, he should have died because he kicked the dog.
Oh. I hate that argument because it's almost like death is a big thing. That's the ultimate thing. So somebody not being nice to somebody else, somebody arguing about somebody else, somebody having a record.
Right.
I don't understand. I never understand the rationalization that, okay, well, that means it's appropriate for you to die.
Okay, let's check. This is how we do it. Okay. Here we have Hussein.
Okay.
All right. And then we have what's the other guy? Bin Laden, right? Okay. Hussein, during the years when he was in the bed with the United Snakes of America, they loved him. Hussein was a very intelligent man. He had a photographic memory. Did you know that? Photographic memory. He could remember everything that he read, everything that he ever did in his life. He remembered it. This was a good man to use. Hussein had Iraq in check because they feared he would do something to him because you have to run some countries like this. It was working. The United Snakes of America is known for destabilization.
Okay.
They go in a country and they destabilize it. You see, they are known to do this. Okay, so what we do, we talk about Hussein. You know, he got weapons of mass destruction. Did you know he gassed his own people? Remember that argument, sister? You remember that, right? Assassination by image.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yes.
You feel me, brother? All right. So once they establish that you're crazy, deranged, you don't need to be living, they go in like the hawk go in and kill you. Bin Laden. Bin Laden at one time was the hero of the United Snakes of America. He was, you remember that? They loved him, didn't they? They say, look at this. I'll never forget him. He on Time magazine with his rocket launcher on his back, shooting down Russian helicopters. They say, look at this young man here. He's bad. They built a building in the mountain deep down the ground for him to keep him from the Russians. That's why they went over there. But once again, when they finish with the relationship, like some guys do, they call women, or some women do too, they call you all kinds of names. You see what I'm saying? So they call Bin Laden all these kinds of names. Assassination by image. Gotta go. He gotta go. Gotta kill him. So death comes. You see what I'm saying? So the same thing they was doing to Dedan, right, brother? The same thing. They said this brother was deranged. He was crazy. He was mutilating his own people. You see what I'm saying? So they had to paint this image of this brother because they was going to kill him, and they did kill him. You see? They killed him. Yeah. You know, a beautiful warrior, you know what I'm saying? He touched my heart because, like I said, when I seen the brother laying down for the first time, like you said, and like the brother said, I said to myself, what can make a man be happy about death? And I said the same thing you said. That's why I asked. That's beautiful, you know what I'm saying? Because I done all I can do. I'm a warrior. I knew I was gonna die. Huh?
Revolutionary source.
That's right. That's right. In Shorin-ryu karate, the samurai warrior code is that when you take your sword out and you're in battle with that person, if your head get cut off, you still should have one death swing. Huh? Meaning that in your motion of your death, you're supposed to have been going to kill him. So your sword should be in death position. Although he cut your head off, you should keep going. Huh? That's the mentality. Yeah. See what I'm saying? You must have it. You must have a warrior mentality. Our people today must have that mentality. Like Malcolm say, they asked Malcolm the question, Malcolm, do you think that it's right And them savages and Mama was doing that, and Malcolm said, listen, if you push a people up against the wall, it's not nothing for them to do. What else should they do? You see what I'm saying? What else should they do? But then you can call them names because they want their land back. They used to come into the villages, the forest and freedom fighters. They used tactics like this. They used to come in the village because you didn't know who you were, right? They didn't know you were Mama. You know what I'm saying? So if you in the village, you living, you back in, and you're trying to get people, you're trying to get people in the organization. They used to dig holes and hide their weapons in there. The Europeans would find the weapons sometime. Then they would get everybody together and gather them together. And then they would ask them about who was the Mama, who's not the Mama. And if they didn't tell them, they would put everybody out of the village, out the whole village, out of the whole village, out of the whole village. They would put everybody out of the village. They would set the village on fire and let the people go on about themselves. Then they put them to camps. That's what they did. They would look for signs on a person's body. Remember the Southern Cuts? The Southern Cuts were doing the initiation.
Yeah, yes.
Right. And they would look for the Southern Cuts, and if they find that on your body, it's an instant death. They had a thing they called the pipeline. Did you come across that? Well, the pipeline was, you said about the numbers. When you said they put the numbers against around the person, they went one step further. They would question the people, and if they thought you was a Mama, they put a black line on you. And if they put the black line on you, you would go down to the Mandela prison. That means that you're not coming out of there, most likely. If they might have thought, might be, they put a gray mark on you. You still went to prison, but you went to prison for 90 days. But the sisters say, they take all your clothes off you. All your clothes off you, and they ship you to the prison. After the 90 days, and they send you back home. They send you back home naked. No shoes, nothing. You walk into the village naked. This is not a tribal place in Africa where they walked around in the nude. You see what I'm saying? They had clothes on. There's nothing wrong with walking around nude if that's what they do. But this was humiliation, right, sister? You see, this is what they did, Now, if you was marked with the white, they send you back to Nairobi.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Or wherever homeland you were. That means that you was informer, really.
Okay.
In so much of a way, So all kind of tactics they did because of the force and freedom fighters, which they call the Mama, once again, just to get on track. They had a thing they called the Mama a disease. So to get the disease out of our people, they held an anti-Mama ceremony. They will have two medicine. They will have two what we call forest doctors, or they call them witch doctors. I'm not going to do that to them. They had two medicine men of the forest, or two herbalists, get together some concoction, which they knew that it was like ceremony to us. You see what I'm saying? Like blood, for instance. You know how one drinks the blood. We use blood from goat and stuff like that for ceremonial practice.
Okay, right.
You see what I'm saying? So they would take blood, and they would take some other herbs and things that they use in their regular ceremonies. You see, taking their culture and now using it against them. They call it anti-Mama. So they would get them to walk through this line. You had to pay 50 cents. Oh, you had to pay 50 cents to walk through the line to get anti-mama. So as you walk through the line, the doctors would, put the water on you and say the things they had to say, what they said. And then on the other side, you put your 50 cents in and then you good. You see. So really what they was doing was a psychological warfare because like I said, they was using our same rituals. See, we believe in rituals.
Yeah.
We still have rituals. Like Minister Asad said, we hate doing rituals, but we started the damn rituals. We hate doing anything we used to do. We started the singing. We still have singing. We can sing.
Right.
So that was called anti-mama. You see what I'm saying?
That's
all the psychological warfare. Right, young warrior, where you at? Talk to me.
That's what they always do. Psychological warfare, like the same way how you say they used our own rituals against us. That's the same thing with religion.
Mm-hmm.
Or like, so basically they're gonna give us something that was kind of like what we had. So we're gonna be like, oh, why? I know what you're trying to do. And now people were so scared, so they'd rather go along with what they doing than to be killed.
What you mean by that? They gave us religion. What you mean? Religion is good. What's wrong with you?
Like I said, that's the same thing that they did. Like,
talk to religion,
me. Like they basically took stories and everything and put them back together and sold it back to us. You know what I'm saying? Like, to indoctrinate fear in us. You know what I'm saying to you? So
what type of fear? What are you talking about when you say fear? What's fear in the Bible? Jesus is a good man. He walks on water.
Put it like this. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna give you an example from a verse from the Bible. It say, slaves, be obedient to your human masters with fear and trembling, just as to Christ.
Say it again, boy. It sounds like a preacher.
It say, slaves, be obedient to your human masters with fear and trembling, just as to Christ. So that's basically telling the person, if you my master, I better fear you, or I'm gonna go get burnt in some so-called fire.
That's right. That's religion. That's right. Capping your mind and making you dumb. That's right. Dumbfound. That's right. Well, come on, sister.
I'm still caught up on how they twisted the rituals, but still made them pay at the end. I can't. Yeah.
That's the same thing at church.
Look. Look on the back of the dollar bill. What it say? In God we trust. That's what they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, psychological warfare. And like I said, that's what they do to us today. They still continue to do the same thing. Yeah. Not only that, they also used. They threaten the people. You see what I'm saying? They say if a man look the white man, the cracker devil in his eye, they'll shoot him. You gotta be a mama, they say, because you don't feel me. This is what they said. If you look them in the eye, you gotta be a force and freedom fighter. Only one with that attitude. And they would just shoot him. See, this when we're dealing with situations like this, there's certain things we can do and we can't do. And one of them is that we can't give up. One of them is that the situation that we're in now, we can't give up. We got to really utilize everything that we have in our young children. We got to teach them our history. This is what we're doing now. Because see, if we don't know about our history, like what happened to us, not only this one, man. I got one coming. What happened in America? But I ain't gonna tell you about that one. It's man, that's crazy. It's coming. It's coming. But it's no difference whatever we do. So whatever we do, right? What they say you're supposed to do when the police approach you, young man?
Oh, they say give them your ID or something like that.
Say what?
I say, I guess you're supposed to give them your ID and cooperate with them.
What are you supposed to do, sister?
Yeah.
No, you're right. I ain't say you're wrong.
Yeah, cooperate. Make sure you got your hands I don't know. I don't even know if you can say that now, but I guess be submissive in some type of way.
Be submissive, and I heard this all the time, and I'm like, y'all not thinking. They say, but y'all got to learn how to act. What the hell? Learn how to act. The brother was in the car. He said, I have a gun in the car. My wife and child is back here. I am holding my hands up. I am going in to get you the gun. Boom. Hold your hands up. I got my hands up. Walk, lay on the ground. I'm laying on the ground. Boom. What can you do? You see what I'm saying? And I'm not just blaming this on police officers. I'm blaming this on some of our own people too, because we kill each other. We got to stop doing that. But I'm saying when the law is supposed to be protecting me and protecting my family and the citizens of the United States of America.
That's not even part of it to protect.
Right.
A part of it was just to protect the laws.
Right.
To enforce the laws. And it's hard to cooperate with something that you know was originally was made, like police was called the slave patrol.
The who?
Slave patrol.
Well, elaborate.
Basically, the first police officer was made to catch the slaves who were running away. That's the origin of police badges and all that, slave patrol. So when a slave run away from the plantation, they would go say, you know, the quote unquote police to get them and bring them back. You know what I'm saying to you?
So you think they still got that same mentality? Some of them.
Exactly.
Right. Go ahead, sis. I see you want to say something.
No, I agree. Some of them do probably still have the same mentality. I mean,
exactly.
So do you think it's out? I mean, what other way should we? I mean, what can we do? I mean, what do you tell the children to do if you still police? We don't told them everything to do, and it's still getting shot.
Right. You know, I have to think about that because there was a time where there were certain things you're supposed to do, but then you see people doing those things and they still get shot. So I don't know, but you know, I don't want to teach my children if I'm so blessed to have some. I don't want to teach them not to stand up for themselves.
Right. You know, if you're so blessed to have some, you gonna have some. Yeah, you gonna have them.
You know, I don't want to teach them to be, you know, cowardly and not stand up for yourselves because they need to know the rights that they have and they need to be able to protect themselves. But then at the same time, I don't want them to see them get hurt either. So I feel like that's a really tough one.
Can I time it?
Yes.
You know, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
See your mics?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think that's a hard one too. His brother Minister, I'm sorry. You know, but when I think about what are they standing up for and what are they standing up to, I think there's a gross misconception on who the enemy truly is. And what I mean is sometimes we think we're standing up against what we call the police, when in fact the police, my idea is the police, him or herself, are victims as well of the same system. And I can easily show you how so. And why do I say this? Because now it's not only white officers killing black people, right? It's also it'll be black officers, it'll be Hispanic officers, it'll be Asian officers. It's because there's something called system white supremacy, and a lot of times we say the white man or them, and we don't realize that sometimes I don't like using those terms because it confuses us on who actually and how this thing actually operates. And is operating through the system itself, is being taught, is these images that Sister Naima spoke about. So what I'm saying, I don't even think the big fight is standing up against that officer out in the street, because that is a worthless fight. That is a fight that keeps this thing going, where he thinks he's let's be real. He think that he's the enemy and you think that he's the enemy. Well, you got what I'm trying to say. Each other think each other's the enemy. And guess what? Both parties have we got to look at this thing clearly. Now we can debate, but what I'm saying is the thing is this. Both parties have evidence that supports their views. We can't act like we don't play the role of the thug, and we can't act like they don't play the role of the blue thug. Okay, we're both acting like thugs before the system and think we're doing something right, but in action we fighting against each other, and the system is playing mass musician above our heads.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the word thugs. Okay. But right now, I ain't worrying about their asses.
Who you ain't worried about? Because I just told you it's a black brother.
What I'm saying is this, because I know I agree with the police officer. I got police people in my family. I'm not talking against the police department. I'm bringing up statements. I'm making statements of what have happened. I'm not making solutions, but I'm just saying what have happened.
I'm
not saying.
No, hold on.
I'm not saying that the police officers are wrong.
Let me finish what I'm saying, because you asked the question, right? It's not coming against you. You said, "What do we do?" So I'm saying, no, the fight isn't there. And truth is truth all the time, 100%.
No, you don't fight.
You don't. So what I'm saying is, we don't want to. And in fact, I don't personally myself want to mislead anybody.
No.
I'm not never angry enough to not point the finger at who is really the player.
So let's go back and rewind what I said. Let's go back. I said the fight is where? In the mind. Of who? Our young children. We cannot go out there with guns, picks, knives, and forks. We must use the strategy of the brain. I said that earlier.
Well, no, I got that.
What I'm saying.
But no, you came back when I said my statement. All I was doing was saying, no, I was saying that you asked the question, and then some kind of way you got in touch.
No. That's
so what I'm saying
right now, I'm a little touched right now, with this stuff going on. I apologize, Miss. But look, check. At the same time, this is what they continue to do to our people, even if we act accordingly. You see what I'm saying? Surely we got things wrong on both sides. But my thing right now is that how they have treated us all around the world.
And who is they?
Who are they?
Yeah, who is they?
Well, right now I'm talking about the British people.
Okay, that's different.
That's right. I'm talking the British. Them goddamn British. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. You see what I'm saying? Because we talking about the mama, right? On the force and freedom fighters. Don't change the subject.
No, y'all was talking about police brutality now. No, but I didn't change it. I came in on your question. I came in on your question.
Yeah, but this is what we had to deal with. See, so I'm saying to myself, this is totally against everything that a human being should even have to go through. The trauma that these people went through, because some of them did survive. A lot of them survived. I'm gonna let you read this, sister.
Okay, this is airtime. We got to continue to talk. So, So, family, check into Conscious Black Business Network. Subscribe. ConsciousBlackBusiness.com. ConsciousBlackBusiness.com. And tune in if you have any questions, concern. Call 410-989-5557. Again, 410-989-5557.
You got it.
Okay. Yeah, I think what we were just trying to point out were that, over 100,000 Kenyans were, affected by this whole thing going on in Kenya when they were trying to get their land and their independence. The tens of thousands of people were killed. Families were affected. Like he mentioned, the children were killed.
Here you go, man. Yeah, so go ahead. I got you.
Okay.
All right. I got the numbers down here. Here you go. Okay.
Okay.
Can't pull it too far. There you go.
For 3 years between 1953 and 1956, the number of rebels killed was 11,000, including a little over 1,000 people were hung. Mm-hmm. The Kenyan Human Rights Commission says 90,000 Kenyans were executed, tortured, or maimed.
90,000.
But there were probably more than that.
Oh, no, you know what? Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Why you say that?
Because people are just going back to find some things. There's probably a lot more that happened before they started documenting.
Right. What happened was, that's right. This number is very low because, as a matter of fact, what happened was that the government burnt the papers. They stripped it. They stripped everything they had documented. And what happened? Some of the prisoners had sent out notes with their families that they, notes on how they was being treated. So they got some of those notes together. Mm-hmm. And came up with that. Okay, so let's go to President Obama for a minute. President Obama took Winston Churchill out of his office. Y'all remember when he did that? You remember, Minister Saw?
No, sir.
No.
You remember? When he first got in office, President Bush left Winston Churchill bust in the office. Yes. President Obama said every day he on the second floor, every day he go to his office, he seen this bus. And he said to himself, do I have to look at this every day at Winston Churchill? The devil himself, the man that went in Africa himself and ripped it himself, murdered, mutilated, killed people himself. William Churchill, who put President Obama, great-grandfather, was a Mau Mau and tortured his grandfather. President Obama, great-grandfather, was a force and freedom fighter. His name was, where you go? Hussein Onyango Obama. That was his name. He was a force and freedom fighter. They tortured him every day he was living in the camp. He was once a soldier for them and then became a force and freedom fighter. They tortured this man every day until he confessed he was a force and freedom fighter / Mau Mau. They killed him. Now, President Obama said to himself, what do you think he said to himself, baby?
I definitely don't want to keep looking at that every day.
What do you think, brother? Come on, young boy, help me out here. What do you think? The brother got to go through this every day. Every day he's seeing Winston Churchill, one of the guys that killed his great-grandfather. And he's supposed to, it's okay, it's all right, it's all right.
He probably just said, I'm going to go ahead and get him out of office because I'm not ready to have nobody in here that killed one of my family members.
Exactly. And see, the second floor, he also said he can do what he want to do on the second floor. So he packed it up. And I think he sent it down the hallway. Some people say he sent it back to British because it's supposed to have been a lone bus. Yeah. But I think rumors say that he moved it somewhere in the White House. You see what I'm saying? So even today, it touches people. You see, you know the wave of that riffle that comes in with this here, the wave of that riffle, that of hatred, of things that we always have to be reminded of. You know what I'm saying? What was the little young brother in America that they say he whistled at a girl, he got mutilated?
What was his name?
What's his name?
Emmett Till.
Emmett Till.
Yeah, now he don't want to say nothing.
No, I was.
I got it. Emmett Till. What did the mother say about that? What she say? What she wanted? You remember what she said?
Mm-mm.
It was an open cast funeral.
Oh, yeah. She wanted everybody to see.
Say it again.
She wanted everybody to see.
To see what?
What they did.
To see what they did, yeah.
Describe what did she see? How was the brother? You remember?
He was bad.
What do you mean say bad? B-A-D what? Bad? You bad? Like Michael Jackson bad or what? What are you talking about?
Didn't they like break his arms and all that? Twist his body all up?
Beat him to death, head swung, burn him, mutilated everything he could to this brother. And that sister had the strength to say, no, don't touch my child.
Yeah.
Show them what they did. Show the world what they did to my child.
Yeah.
So this is what we're doing tonight, showing the world what they did to our people. We're showing the world, just in case you forgot, that no, they at any time, I ain't saying this can come back because I don't think our people will never go through something like that. But when they ask for the good old times, it ain't good old times to you, I tell you. You see. So when they ask for that, that's a whole nother story. But now, this is what the right here.
Yes, I did see that. Recently, I guess Britain has attempted to say sorry to the Mau Mau. This is just a few years ago, I guess in 2013. Um, after the what they call detention camps and the torturing, I guess they are now saying sorry. Several decades later. I guess it's not too late for them. So I just remember there's an article in front of me, but I think I read that I think they put a statue of Kimathi somewhere.
Mhm.
I think that at one point when they were still battling for control in the 50s, they had they labeled them a terrorist group. They banned them, and I think maybe recently in sometime in the 2000s they lifted the ban. That seemed to take a while too. And I think that they're also currently some people maybe tied to the Mau Mau that are now I don't know, maybe in court or something like that, trying to get some reparations also from the things that they went through. But I guess they've expressed sincere regret that these abuses had taken place. They announced some payments to the people that were affected. So that's what Britain is trying to do.
Doing anybody research that they read up on Jomo Kenyatta wives?
No.
On his a little bit.
On his wives?
He had about 4.
Yeah, he had 4.
Right.
What was one of them was?
One of them was British.
One was what?
Was British. He was.
Don't say.
Yes. I think in the 30s he had left Kenya and went to London for a few years, and I guess he married her but then he left to go back to Kenya, and
he left her.
Yeah, nothing. I never really heard much about.
And, that goes back to what Minna Hassar said. I think it was Sunday or something like that. If you are put in a predicament where there's no other people but Europeans, you will fall in love with a European, right, brother?
You gonna find something.
He said you gonna find something. So that's what he did until he left. He left her.
Mm-hmm.
He had one child. The child was named Peter.
Mm-hmm.
Peter Kenyatta. Okay.
No.
It's Jomo Kenyatta. Jomo, his first name stood for burning spear.
Mm-hmm.
Kenyatta, his name stood for the belt, the type of belt that the Kenyans, the Kankula, used to wear. That's why he took on that last name. His wife's name was Edna Clark. Yeah, that was her name.
Yeah, that was her name.
That was her name. But with that said, people, 9 o'clock is here.
Oh.
It came kind of fast.
It sure
you know
did.
what I'm saying? But with that, to break it down and to bring it all together before we leave here, revolution, my brothers and sisters, can never be fought with violence. Revolution can be fought with knowledge. With knowledge, one always needs something that cannot rip from you, something they cannot steal, because they steal everything that ain't tacked down. They cannot steal a young brother or sister brain. So we're going to have to think on it. We're going to build organizations. We're going to build and stick together. Not only build organizations get together so we can grow. Dedan Kimathi. I love this quote. The brother said, I would rather die standing on my feet than to live living on my damn knees. And I put the damn in there. Check it out. Till next time, we saying from the third eye, getting out of the matrix, Sister
Naima.
Ajamu.
We are saying Aluta Continua.
The business
What do they say? Put together how we say?
Harambe.
Arambe! 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 Arambe!
The business of, it's the business of, the business of media, the business of conscious, the business of business network, the business of, the business of, the business of, it's the business.
I could care less about your jewels and your necklace. My homies is in jail living reckless. Hip-hop self-creation. The mainstream don't respect it. Teach the children that it's cool to be intelligent. No economics, then the plan is irrelevant. I'm like a prophet that's heavenly sent to balance the thinking of the devilish. Our freedom fighters were the death victims of the CIA. Welcome to the USA, a place where babies having babies. The kids wondering where could their daddy be. Mom can't afford these brand name clothes. The other kids gonna laugh at me. I done seen hoop dream tragedies. Prepare for catastrophes. Formulate your own reality. Reverse the psychotic slave mentality. Young males are being sentenced in prison. Life's over before it's beginning. You don't have to be locked up to be in prison. You have free reign to choose good or evil. Don't let the tell lie vision mislead you. The politicians are so easy to see through. The true power lies in the people. I'ma move like a G move. Rest your temple, strengthen your mental. We all possess infinite potential. Stop the violence, don't let guns be the end of you. We blessed in so many ways, y'all. Life is beautiful.
Hotep family, it's the Flow Express checking in. I got my man Sankofa with me. You want to learn how to be economically empowered? You want to realize your dreams and turn them into reality? You want to become a major player in this real estate investing game? Come holla at the big wig, the WIG.